Let's see, we'll get in here, and then Tommy and I have some updates for you guys as far as the some new rules and maybe some upcoming content that we got coming out that you guys definitely want to stay tuned for, and maybe get some early submissions to some questions that we might even review on this said content. So stay tuned for that. Yo, hello, bro. What's good? Andrew with House 16. What's Gucci, man?
And we should be live. It looks like we are. I'm just double checking here. Yeah, yeah, we're live. We're live and alive. And that's clutch. There we go. Welcome to Live Music Feedback. It's 2024. Kobe year, as some would say. A lot of the same shit happening though.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but we're gonna keep it pumping here. Welcome back. There's a few things that we've updated. Yo, Vuta, good to see you in the chat. Yo, always good to see you, Vuta. They said, just sent a song, much love. Yo, shout out, man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Today, since we're returning from the new year, kind of the holiday break here, we actually got a couple updates to the format here. It's really nothing crazy. It's stuff. Most of this we've already been doing, but we want to make sure that we're bringing y'all the best, kind of show possible, and then that you're also getting value out of it, right? So we've put I would just say like controls around it. So first off, the main one really is that we're gonna rate each track on a scale, right? And that scale some of you may be familiar with if you've seen the Can You Make a Banger series, but that's gonna be banger, bop, or bust. Banger, to quote Lenny, you already know what a banger is. Bop is it's all right. It's kind of, it's just all right. Bust is, you shouldn't have posted that track, bro. And it's okay. It's okay. Bust, it's okay to get a bust. Okay. It's okay. That's a great merge of formats. Listen, you're dealing with some creative geniuses here. Just kidding. But no, that's going to be the main one. And listen, we're obviously going to give you feedback. It won't just be like, this is a banger, this is bop, let's move on. We'll give you feedback. The second one, and this is more kind of just because we get so many tracks posted now. So no back-to-back live music feedback session track reviews. So if we listen to your track last week, we're not going to listen to a different track the next week or the same week in a row, unless there's no submissions. Which, to be honest, on random weeks, there's usually like no submission. Like there'll be like very few submissions, and I would still post. So I would still post every week because you never know. You could get, if we only get 3 tracks posted, we're probably gonna listen. We're probably gonna listen to your track, or at least there's a good chance of it. So, but since we have so many people that are return, kind of posting, we want to make sure we still give the new people that are maybe posting for their first time a little bit more airtime. Everyone gets one call up for feedback. All right. So if you're a viewer out there on YouTube or on Discord, you get a chance to come up on stage. And lastly, we're just putting a 10 track cap on each session. So we might do give or take 10. We're going to do 10 tracks at most, right? We might do less. We might do, one more if we're really, really feeling it. But, we got lives, man. Everyone's got lives. We're just here to listen to some great music and then get on and get to it with the rest of our day. But we're happy you're here. And we're happy that y'all are spending time out of your day with us to listen to some music and give some feedback. Now, I want to get straight into it. And of course, this is, Uwavee. Make sure y'all tap in on YouTube. If you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Literally, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button because there's a lot of things happening right now. And before the year ended, we spoke about a few things that we had in the works. And if you follow us on Instagram, for example, U_Wave with 2 E's, and I'll say the other one in a second, but you've seen we start dropping some clips, you know, of a project we've been working on with a couple influential individuals, to put it extremely lightly, in the music industry. If y'all haven't tapped in, make sure y'all follow Sauce Sold Separately as well. Shout out Kyver's Tyler, aka Cloth Talk. Shout out our boy Cody Patrick. These guys are legends, okay? And they're dropping dimes. Or excuse me, they're giving away the sauce for free. I mean, for the most part. Might have a little something on Patreon in the future, but if y'all haven't tapped in, make sure y'all tap in there. But today, right now, Wednesday, on the planet Earth, we're going to get into this first track here. And this first track is from Young Kamara. And I'm excited here. Listen, you know, Young Kamara is a part of the Skinwalker clan. And, you know, shout out MC Ultra. Shout out all the Skinwalker clan legends. But they went ahead and posted this track. I'll go ahead and throw it up here. It's called...
And Tommy, did you review the other rules also updates?
What do you? I went through everything that you had on the list here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You just weren't listening.
I was trying to post this on TikTok.
I'm fucking with you. No. I went through all the rules. Yep. Each track gets a rating. No back-to-back weeks. Viewers get 1 call on each stage, and we review 10 tracks each session.
No, you're good. I'm lagging, bro. I was trying to.
You're good. No worries. Those are the new rules, y'all. We're gonna get into this first track from Young Kamara. It's called, and let me share with the Discord here. It's called Metal Heaven. From this album, I believe this was dropped like kind of late into 2023. We might actually listen to a couple of the tracks here that have been posted before, but this is Young Kamara with Metal Heaven. Let's get straight into it.
Sorry, I some metal heaven. Keep that fucking 7. Keep from guessing, I keep with my weapon. We under attack, it's a blessing. Thank to God we ready. Fire in the skies, but the world I think it's all we get. You seen us think a lot of things, but how much do you know? You seen us think a lot of things. I pray to God that you'll someday know. Fuck y'all, I can do it on my own. Put my 44 Desert Eagle to his motherfucking dome. Grab on the trigger and pull back, and lay it pump motherfucker flat. And you wonder what's up, we gon' get fucked up. Traces of reliability, don't give no fuck. Don't know what I'm saying, man, I know that I'm so fucked. Use lines in my coat, look like it was made by a snow truck. You wanna what I do, don't get no fucks if I get. Ain't nobody in my truck, and I'll cook it every time. Don't know what to do when we pull up on the street. AK-47, send your sorry ass to metal heaven. Keep that fucking 7, keep from guessing, I keep with my weapon. We on the attack, it's a blessing. Real trap shit. Fire in the sky, fuck the world, I think it's all we get. You see me think a lot of things, but how much do you know? You see me think a lot of things, I pray to God that you'll someday know. You see me think a lot of things, how much do you know? You act like you know a lot of things, pray to God that you'll someday know.
that was Young Kamara, Metal Heaven. Whew. I'm gonna say off top, before I even explain, I'm gonna say bop, and here's why. This is an emerging, or I say recently emerged style. This kind of hits me a little bit like an old Waka, or like an old Chief Keef kind of like cloud trap kind of beat, which I thought, you know, was really cool was really good to listen to. And I thought the lyrics were all right. This is, or should I say the vocal performance was all right. Tons of auto tune, muffled, kind of muddy audio. But it was intentional. It was definitely intentional. And I think that little part on the hook, like, that's a very much an in kind of flow right now. So I like it. It's creative. Not a banger for me personally, but I definitely wouldn't say a bust here. I would say not a bust for the beat specifically. The beat really hits here.
Yeah. On my end, my goal going into this year is to try and think of other variables that go into good music, right? And with new content we're dropping now, a lot of things are being taken into account. What of like, hey, a banger would be, hey, this is something that's going to generate views and something that's going to, analytically show, hey, there's something here and potentially gain some attention, right? Which is your guys' goals. Like a banger gains attention, point blank. A bop is a great sounding song, but it may not get the analytics and the attention you're looking for. So it's more of a building type of creation. A bust, like Tommy said, you shouldn't have dropped that because ultimately, in a sense, you're adding to the white noise in a lot of these streaming platforms, and even making it harder on yourself, to become visible. So let's say this: I think this is a bop. I agree with Tommy, and the reason I think it's a bop, for one, it personally to me with this genre, it didn't nothing necessarily popped out to me and I was like, whoa, this is like, nothing necessarily grabbed my attention to the extent where I was like, yo, I got to replay this immediately. That's why I call it a bop. But I do think it's a great song, taking into account your guys' time in the game and the strides you've made from, just a year ago. I think this is great strides. I think you guys are moving in the right direction. And I do like this sound. I think you guys got to just continue to pump, continue to work on it. And really, when you're making these songs, really think about it from the standpoint of, the standpoint of, hey, what is the catchy part about this song? What part about this is going to get people to want to replay this track over and over and over and over again? But yeah, that's what I would say about this.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. But Young Kamara, you've posted here before. Shout out the whole Skinwalker clan. Remember, if y'all want to come up and say something, feel free to raise your hand and we could bring you up one time a show. But listen, this was a solid track. This was a solid track. Oh, we got, I believe this is MC Ultra, if I'm not mistaken.
Ultra changing up the name got me.
Yo, it's MC.
Yo, what's good?
Young K for dropping Metal Heaven, and then just the whole Rain City album. He dropped Rain City 1, and then he dropped 2 recently. I got an album coming out 26.
You're breaking up a little bit. Can you say that one more time? Might be having some audio issues.
Oh no.
My Wi-Fi is really bad. I was just gonna say.
Listen. We will get back to you. That doesn't count as your one, okay? That doesn't count as your one because we're having some Wi-Fi issues. But that was MC Ultra, also of the Skinwalker Clan, also artist, producer. Great dude. So we'll get back to that, but we're gonna move on to this next track here from Hallow. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this track is called. Okay, so this track is called Diva New Jersey Remix, okay? And it's produced by Hallow. Okay, so we got a beat here. let's get straight to it. Let me share this with everyone.
Yeah, and another thing we're focused on is we're trying to get as many tracks as we can in here, guys. So we're really, really trying to, review as much of your music as possible. So pace is gonna keep going quickly here.
I gotcha. We going. I'm a single person operator here, y'all. I'm trying to get this show popping over here solo. All right. So,
Speedmeister.
all right, so here we go. This track is called this track's called Diva, New Jersey remix. Let's give it a listen.
Fucking leave her. My life is a movie directed by Tarantino. Shawty is a dancer, I'm not talking Billie Jean. Oh, fuck, we know. I swear I hate these hoes. We know. Shawty is a heater. We know why she wanna see us. We know why she wanna be us. Oh, fuck, we know. I swear I hate these hoes. We know. It's like you don't know. Keep it on the low low. Told a nigga lay low. 7 digits on the payroll. Speaking guapanese the guapo. Get up to her with a tint though. I don't want no friends though. I don't trust many men. And I got a small circle. It's me and many bands. I get a pack and I did it again. I ain't gon' lie, I ain't go to France. Your nigga been busy, I didn't get a chance. Busy finna hit and make a nigga dance. And shawty, she a diva. She a diva. Got shots like a cheetah. Like I'm Mona Lisa. And we shooting a movie. That's my life, I can teach ya. Never lied, don't mean a preacher. They talk, don't believe her. That little bitch a diva. Fucking leave her. My life is a movie directed by Tarantino. Shawty is a dancer, I'm not talking Billie Jean. Oh, fuck, we know. I swear I hate these hoes. We know. Shawty is a heater. We know why she wanna see us. We know why she wanna be us. Oh, fuck, we know. I swear I hate these hoes. Man, sucker going crazy. Get money, but it don't faze me. And I get your bitch wanna face me. She been a double lately. She changed, but it ain't changed me. I show up to the show when they pay me.
It seems like this is a remix. Seems like this from one of our music experts, I'd say, Ty Carrier. This is a Kid Laroi remix, it looks like. YTN says could clean up the vocals a bit more. Now, well, that's interesting, because could you clean up the vocals or the remix of the vocals? Now that's, maybe you could chime in there. I'm gonna give this one another bop. The only reason is because I like the Jersey Club style, and there's a lot of people like, shout out Unique, a DJ out there. They do amazing work. But it's, it's not my vibe. It's not my vibe. I fuck with the Uzi thing. Now the execution on it, the drums sound good. I think they could probably hit a little harder, or maybe be, they're a little too clean in my opinion, if that makes sense. But and I haven't really heard the original song, so I can't really compare it to the original song. I don't listen to a lot of Kid Laroi, but the vocals, like YTN said, I think, I'd be interested to see how you could clean that up. Like I said, do you think it was the actual vocals, or the engineering that Hallow did on top of those vocals? You never know, because this could be downloaded from YouTube, right? Or from, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'll say a bop. A remix has to really hit for me to give it a banger. It has to really, really hit. This, if I was 19 at Club Stars off Fake Molly, it might it might hit a little harder.
Fake Molly's crazy. Fake Molly is crazy. But yo, Ty, I'd love to hear. So with this remix, what my question is, what did you add or subtract from this remix? I mean, you might want to raise your hand and we can kind of pull you in here. And
that's what I'm saying. I haven't heard the original, so I don't know even how remixed it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's where my question is, because when I was listening to it, I was like, yo, this is, because I didn't read the names at all first. And I was like, yo, this is a pretty high quality song here. And I was like, huh. I was like, oh, it's a remix. So my question is, how much of it is remixed?
The world may never know. But it sounds like the whole beat almost.
The whole beat, yeah. So in the sense of the whole beat, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Is why the AI separation. I see what you're saying. So this is interesting. So with this beat, and this first off, this beat is definitely in your lane, Ty. From music that I've seen you review on your TikTok and do so. The vocals, I'm not going to necessarily say anything on that because it's kind of tough. But the one aspect about the beat is this. It was a solid beat, but one person who I've been listening to a lot is someone who we have later on in the season, Can You Make a Banger? And he's a crazy producer to produce with Drake and all those guys. The one thing consistently in his beats are almost a element of not surprise, but randomness in a sense of like, I catch the rhythm and then put it like this. If I listen to 8 bars of a track and then I can tell you like from a beat. Wait, who made it? Wait, Ty, you said who made it?
Yeah, this is produced by Hallow, like I said earlier. Not Ty. This isn't Ty's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Produced by Hallow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost. Okay, Hallow did it. Okay. Sorry, Ty. My bad. Hallow did it. So
Ty's like, bro, what he say fuck me for?
I'm dead. I'm actually dead. I don't know why. All right. Regardless, Hallow. The one aspect about this that I look for in a beat is if I listen to 8 bars and I can tell you almost like immediately know what's going to happen in the next 8 bars beat wise, it's not a banger. It's just not a banger. I need that randomness because every time I hear a beat and I'm like, yo, what? I have to replay it and like try and figure out what's happening. Every bar almost seems unique in a sense, but there is a pattern. And it's like after I listen to it enough times, I figure out the pattern. I'm like, this is genius. Like, I don't know how they came up with this. So that's the aspect I would say Hallow. It sounds good, right? But is sounding good going to be the element that breaks through and gets you again what you want, which is the recognition, and the visibility? I don't think so from this. So I think it's a bop.
There's a repetitive element in the New Jersey club genre, but I think you're still right here. I think it's to me, there was no variation in the genre, right? There was a couple breaks, but but it was a bop in my opinion. Yep. Now next up, and guys, remember, feel free to post as many tracks as you want, but we're only going to get to 1 a week. And obviously, not back to back, but post all your tracks because we're obviously going to go back and listen to them, save them in the bank. But this next one we got is from MC Ultra. Posted a track titled Beaver. This looks like it's unreleased. Okay. Unreleased, MC Ultra, I'm always with. And we're just going to get straight into it. So this is MC Ultra said this is Turnt. The file name is Beaver. I don't know if it's the track name, but we're about to find out.
I'm trying to stack these bands with the fuck shit. I'm trying to stack something else. I wanna go to your party. Fuck me, I just wanna chill, smoke and swill. shit. I'm tryna stack something else, like fucking me. I don't wanna go to your body and fuck me. I just wanna chill, spell this world with a fucking beater. With a fucking beater. Get fucked, bitch, yeah. And I'm in the fucking whip. Yeah, skin clear, 2024, we up.
Okay. Oh, that was a lot. That was a journey, as I would say. I think like YTN just said, I think the concept is interesting, and I think it's almost there. And this is coming from a boomer, but I think it's not that there was that distortion. I think it's like almost like, is that distortion too much? You know? And even from the like the it's clipping like crazy, but it's obvious you're trying to use that as a part of the song and the track. Exactly. It's intentional, right? Like I said, I'm a boomer. Personally, though, I think the beat behind the clipping actually sounded pretty fire. Like the light melodies, like like there was interesting sounds I could tell, but I couldn't tell because like, yeah, Ty's in the chat like I fuck with heavy distortion. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's not me, but I would say, you know, this is definitely I think it's on for me it's on the edge of bop going into banger. But the only reason I think if I was maybe like a little bit more in tune with current day kind of up and coming artists and the different sounds of this genre, I might put it into that banger category, because, you know, it almost sounds like you were freestyling it and it's just like expression, right? Yeah, you couldn't tell a word you were saying. I heard a couple like that hook. I got it. Like there's a you know, high pitch kind of like almost not. I'm not comparing you to Cardi, but like there's something to that use of auto tune that I've seen. So, but yeah, I'd say like and teetering from like it's definitely a bop, but you make some changes, some tweaks, and I think you could push it into banger.
So on my end, I'm kind of in a different field, and the reason being is if I'm listening to this song isn't that listenable from a headphone standpoint. It just because like it's tough for me. I'd be like, man, I'm trying to hear, but put like this. When you create songs, there's different things you want to, you know, take into account, like your creativity, your sound you're creating, you know, the new things you're trying to bring into the sound and how you're trying to transform the sound, but also from the listener standpoint, how listenable is this song?
But Lenny, the only thing I would say to that though, 100 Gex, Death Grips, all use this same type of style, and they have insane cult followings. There's a ton of people that would point to Death Grips and be like, this dude's just screaming into the microphone for like 30 seconds straight. What do you mean? And it's like clipping everywhere, but it goes crazy. I'm telling you, people like it. I'm telling you, it's crazy, but people do fuck with it. Those are two examples of like 100 Gex. They're huge, and you know, Death Grips maybe not as commercially popular as 100 Gex, but huge cult following. So that's the only reason I was like, I agree with Lenny. I'm like, I can't do it. It's gonna blow my ears out, but I do know there's a lane.
So what I would say is this: I couldn't even really hear any of the lyrics. because of what was going on, and that's probably just me being a straight boomer, and also because it goes through the Discord, so I might have to come back and listen to it again. But my only thing is this: I think in the realm of bops, I would put it on the lower tier just because I don't. This is personally me. I couldn't digest this track. Um, and again, and here's the other thing. Yo, this is my opinion. I don't think you should stop doing something because of what I think at all. My one thing, what I would say is, and it might be the vibe you're going for, right? But clean it up a little bit so that I'm able to, hear the lyrics for one, because I want to hear the lyrics. The beat actually sounded really creative and really cool. The clipping is, I think you might have potentially gone a little overboard on the clipping, maybe. Like in the realm of clipping, like I don't know, can you like go extreme clipping, or is there like some clipping, Um, I just wish I could have heard more of like the other elements of the beat other than the clipping. So that's what I would say about this track. But again, I'm not in this genre. Um, I my ear isn't attuned to this. So if there is this audience that like Tommy's talking about, if this is the audience you're going for, another thing is this: if this is the audience you're going for, then you have to develop that audience. Meaning, a lot of your music is going to have to be like this, so that they keep coming back, and you're starting to really cultivate that community. Um, but yeah, what I would say is this track is very unique, very new sound. Continue to work on it. But for my ears, just think a little bit about like the ability to be able to listen to the song, and hear what you're trying to bring out of it. So I would say bop. I wouldn't say banger just yet, because I think you can push this sound a little more and make this where something is like, yo, this is insane. Like, how did you even think of something like this? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. That's what I would say.
That wraps up that. But thanks again, MC Ultra. You always, you're always posting tracks in here. Not only yours, but your crew's. So, you're definitely a ride or die, and we recognize that. Cool. Next up, we got a track from Stephen Acosta. A track called "How to Sculpt Another Planet." I like that title already. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let me share this with the Discord here. And this is live music feedback. Make sure y'all are subscribed and you like this stream on YouTube. And we only got a couple more, believe it or not. We got this 1, 2, 3, like 4 more, right? And I think that'll actually be at 8 so far. But let's get into it. We got How to Sculpt Another Planet. Stephen Acosta. Let's see what we got here. like that. I like that. I like that. YTN says stereo mix and panning's going crazy. I'd agree. I'm gonna give this one a banger. And the reason I'm gonna give it a banger is I listened to it again. It's a beat that kept me listening. I could see like a Chance the Rapper go on this, low-key. Like, you know where those parts where it's like, and then it's like, I could see Chance doing some like weird ass like, like some crazy flow on that. But it uses doesn't use a lot of. It's like the complete opposite from what we just listened to, and not that you could compare the two, but it's like here there's not a lot of loud, I guess, like sounds. And it doesn't even once like the drum breaks aren't even really that long, so it almost just like teases you a little bit. But it get, you know, the presentation, the aesthetic of the video, I'm gonna take that into account. You know, how to sculpt another planet. There's different, you know, imagery of the, you know, track. Like it kept me listening, kept me watching. I listened to it again. This is one you throw on and it's like, this is one that comes across on like Spotify or whatever, and you're like, you like it, or you like tell Spotify like, I want to hear more of this, you know, because you're like, this is good. But just the beat alone, about the Chance thing, like you don't need a rapper on this. Just the beat alone is satisfactory, and I'm gonna tap in because it looks like he's got some other crazy tracks here. Anglerfish Found in Tears. That title bangs. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I was in the same mainframe as you, Tommy, except Twisted. I think this is like very much so a lo-fi type beat. Like I don't necessarily think anyone would be on this. I think a lo-fi, and it's a new genre. Like he posted under it, new genre alert. The one aspect about hard for me to call a banger would be I don't know what other music to compare this to make it a banger. Would be my only thing of But the creativity of it was off the charts. The elements were wild. Like there's so many things going on, but in the lo-fi realm, I could definitely see a lot of people listening to this type of music, um, as they're working or if they're doing whatever. And if there's a playlist of this music and, it was one of those things where someone could be introduced to it and listen to another song and then another song and another song, I definitely think it could be something where someone's like, yo, I actually really like to listen to this type of music. It's like super creative. It's almost a type of music that won't put you to sleep, but also have your brain like working like, this is, and some interesting things can come from it. So I would call it, this is I would say banger slash bop from the standpoint of I would want to hear other music to try and compare it to in the genre, but it's a new genre. But from that standpoint, I have to give it a banger. But from the standpoint of me not having anything else to pull from, I'd also say a super high tier bop. Um, but yeah, I do think there's a massive audience for something like this. And if you created a playlist and like put it out there and promoted it, you could definitely get some attention and definitely draw some attention to this specific genre, which is a new genre. So I think it's a banger bop. I think it's a really cool track.
Yeah, there's a producer, Sam Gilliatri. He's a little bit harder, like EDM kind of stuff compared to this, but the vibes are very much similar. So like very, very similar. Okay, next up we got a track from Dolo 556S, and I'm gonna choose the video here because he posted a couple, but I'm gonna do the video here just so we got a visual, But this track is called Deep End Dolo 556S Drop the Mic music video, or Drop the Mic video. And we'll see. There's also a track in here called My Time if y'all want to listen to it, but we're gonna go for the one with the visuals. All right, we want to get a visual stimulation here. But here we go. This is Deep End Dolo 556S. Let's get to it.
You've been shot by 2 thumbs up.
I know you playing games, I know that's how it works. The first girl that I love.
What'd you say, Lenny?
You're not sharing your screen on Discord.
Oh, okay, yeah. One sec. All right, should be good now.
You've been shot by 2 thumbs up.
I know you playing games, I know that's how it works. The first girl that I love, first girl that I heard. I'm calling out the G.
Yeah, we ain't come for no Jennifer though.
I'm calling for you, Jennifer. You prefer. I know you playing games, I know
Let me show y'all
that's
how
how
to
it works.
remix some shit for real, how to flip that beat a little bit, man. Bitch, if you wanted to smoke, just come and shot, won't say no more. But them ARs came too sweet, came with a bean, came with a scope. How the fuck I'm supposed to feel? I hear you blocking out my vote. What the fuck I'm supposed to eat when I was locked up in that hole? Still had commissary like every week, I still wanted some more. Brother went too deep up in that ocean, that did something to my soul. Talking about a solid nigga, that's the one gon' prove you wrong. And I'm still up in this bitch, I keep a Glock, yeah, that's two-tone. Right or wrong, I'm on his side, won't step aside, don't lose your soul. I be coolin' in the back, I be coolin' with your hoe. Niggas mad cause I got too much stuff that these niggas can't hold. But don't butt that jack, you move like that, you get smacked. We cover up the tracks, don't give a fuck about who you is, go tell your brother that. Every time we come through, bitch, we spin it back to back. Guarantee I hot up in that car, tryna turn a nigga to a star, that's another boss. I don't cut them bitches, but this one girl got my eyes locked. I really do this shit for real, try running up, won't make it fop. Been going through it every day, got so much shit built up from pain. They like, why the fuck you saying? Cause I got wounds all in my brain. Remember taking 2 Adderalls a day, 7 days a week. I think that's why I'm fucked up in the head, that shit had me on tweak. I want a nigga to play with me, y'all gon' see I'm going creep. Y'all gon' see I'm going creep.
All right. What'd you think of that one, Lenny?
Yeah. One thing I would say is the lead into the song took a long time. You're gonna lose a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna fall off before they even get to the song with an intro like that. Especially as a new artist, you gotta understand people ain't checking for you. People aren't checking for you. So if you don't immediately hit them and grab them, it's tough for people to stay for a long time. You know, it's a drill track. I can't say it's a banger because it's not something that necessarily lyrically stood out to me. Beat wise stood out to me in any crazy way, or even cadence really stood out to me in a crazy way. And I don't think it's a bust because it's not a trash song. I do think it's like just a mid bop, just a mid bop that isn't gonna skyrocket your career or be a detriment to your career. It's just an extra song that you have on your catalog. It's not going to make or break a catalog. Some people would say, from a label perspective, this is one they would have held back just because, hey, like the point of putting out music, for instance, I've been going back and listening to people's catalogs like J. Cole and even Anderson .Paak and all these individuals. They didn't put out 1 million songs throughout the years. And that just goes to show the selectivity of what you put out. You can put stuff on SoundCloud or XYZ, but it's when you put a song out, that's a representation of you, and you always want to put your best foot forward. And again, a lot of people say the game is just volume. I don't necessarily think it's volume. I think there is a lane for people to come to your social media or YouTube or whatever it is and just have banger after banger after banger after banger. Remember, when Russ did this, he would create full albums. Okay? That means there's tracks that don't make it on the album. But he would drop what did make it on the album as singles. So he's not just making songs and dropping them. That's one aspect about this. When you make music, everything isn't just about making and dropping it. Sometimes you want to hold things back. Ultimately, I would say this is mid-tier bop. YTN mentioned the cadence, maybe, not necessarily trying to do it all in one take. Punching in instead. That might help. because I do hear what you were saying. Sometimes it felt like he was getting offbeat, but maybe that's the style he was going for. But again, it just nothing really crazy stood out to me. So I'll just say, mid tier bop for me. What do you think, Tommy?
I would say it's a bop as well. I think the improvements that could push this to a higher tier song was the delivery for sure, like YTN called out. Not throughout the whole song, but you could tell there were portions where, you know, you were catching your breath or like trying to really fit those last bars in, you know, and like, you know, maybe experiment with punch-ins. But what I was gonna say is this kind of felt like, you know, maybe a song that you just were with your homies and you're like, let's make this track, let's make a video and just put it out, which is fine. But you know, when it comes to, you know, the bars and rapping, I would just say like, you know, I love these types of tracks. I think the beat could hit a little bit harder, but when it comes to your bars, I always just say like, if you don't need to be wordy, don't be wordy. And there's a style where what's that one track where it's the scammer and he's like, all right, step one, find a credit card. And it's like, there's a style like that, right? Where it's very matter of fact bars, right? And here it was like, I heard a rap. It was like, you know, I was taking Adderall for like 2 days straight. And like, you know, I was tweaking and it's like, you know, find, you know, it's fine to say it that way, but find other ways to say it too. And maybe test out different bars because maybe different words are going to slide into each other better. But this felt like almost like a freestyle to me. Like they were just in the booth going, right? And said, fuck it, let's shoot this video. Let's pull up to the store, throw the mic over the thing and like, let's shoot the video and get it out, which is like, you know, I see that. But like Lenny said, it's just going to be that bop, right? I think because, I mean, artists who are huge now have done things like this where they don't put out their best work, or maybe at that moment it is your best work, right? Maybe and that's fine. But as long as you understand, here's where I can improve and continuously grow. I think you have I think your voice actually, it sounds really good. Like you get some really good engineering, or not even really good, just like some legitimate, like clean engineering over a nice beat, and you really work on maybe those punch ins or that breath control and how you're crafting those words or saying them. You know, I say this a lot, but I think a few tweaks and the quality will raise a lot. So that puts you in like a pretty decent place. You just got to keep at it, keep practicing. But you know, hey, you know, this is a part of the process of being an artist or just being a creator. And there's beats that people probably post on Instagram, YouTube, and they're like, this isn't my best work, but I'm gonna put it out anyways. And it's a balance. You have to figure out aesthetically and for your brand what is appropriate. It may be appropriate for you to do sheer just volume, right? That may be a strategy that works. I don't see a lot of it where it's like constantly it's like these, like people are dropping like a huge volume of songs and they're listenable. Yeah, I mean, you see these 30 track albums nowadays, but you know, come on. No one's listening to 30 tracks like that, like at least repeatedly. So, you know, but this is a part of the process. And I think if it keeps you doing it and keeps you at least posting, if you're going to do this, go all the way. Cut reels from it, get BTS the day you shoot, maybe do like an interview about it. Like if you're going to do it, go all the way. And this is another thing I would say, recognize where you're at in your career as a musician or a creator, and don't go beyond your means, right? Not saying anything about this, but like, let's say I know I'm not at my top strength and I go and spend $500 on a music video, and that could hit, right? But maybe it's better to save that and just really hone my craft before I spend that valuable budget on, you know, music videos or, you know, whatever. So, but like YTN said, I totally see where you're going here, and I think you keep at it, and you actually do got something. Like I said, I think your voice is, you know, listenable on the track. Just got to really, I would say, like breath control and just really focusing on like what words get my vision across in the way that I'm satisfied with, but also that listeners will be able to listen to it. All right, but hey, shout out your man. I don't know if Wave Control is your manager or not. He posted your tracks like literally 10 times, so at least you got a great manager. You know, so but hey, you know, it is what it is. We get it. It's all part of the game. Charge it to the game. All right, so let's keep moving on. Next up, we got a track from Goodnight Jake here, posted by Entity Above. Oh, it looks like we got another music video. I'm all about the visuals. Let's keep going on the visuals here. But this is a track called Goodnight Jake, Mimi's Dream, or by Goodnight Jake, called Mimi's Dream. And let's get straight into it. Let me share this with everyone, and we'll keep it pushing here. Alrighty. All right, this is Goodnight Jake.
Thought I put the effort in this track I should've gave to you. Pulled out the letters you wrote to me when I gave up on saving you. Fuck around, make an album about what I put you through. Already made you feel like some type of tool. Such a fool, looking at you now. I guess my mind was screwed. Don't say it was the start of nothing. Trained to my Harley Quinn, still rock the feel, you love it. My ego tend to get possessive, now I suffer from it. Got to see me lose my self-control, got kinda ugly. Word, yeah, walks through the park, we was trying to get lost. Really got to travel far, as we really left a scar. Might have been this rap shit pushing us apart. Cause you was fucking with my tracks, but you missed it when I played guitar. I'm way too late, guess I never see the damage that I make. I'm all good if I got my smoke break. The days fly when you Peter Parker trying to live two lives. Contemplate if you was only in my mind. Thinking back, you was the realest thing inside. Yeah. She just say you tryna hide, thought it would. She just say you tryna hide, thought it would. Yeah. She just say you tryna hide, thought it would. Shit just made me rage, knowing that it's so much potential gone to waste. All because my ego in the way. Broken God is creating. I fantasize about the way we be paving. Play alongside my big dream chasing. We both like another day when we could go anywhere. Take a moment, just turn our heads at each other and stare. We're all black for you and both have me on our head. The place we made is open in October, try and hit up there. I built something to take me back that time when I was scared. I was broken too, but you didn't even care. Look, I'm way too late. Guess I never see the damage that I make. I'm all good if I got my smoke break.
Wait, hold on. For the sake of time, I'm gonna let it play out. But this is really well done. This is extremely well done. From the track, the music video is crazy. Like it's almost distracting me. It feels like the track is a soundtrack to this music video almost, but I thought this was almost like this gave me like Kurt Cobain vibes. The slow guitar, the distortion on the vocals, and ultimately the content of the lyrics, it matched really well with the visuals. This guy was spitting for like 2 minutes straight. Like he was just spitting, just was not stopping for straight up for 2 minutes. So I was actually impressed with this. I gotta look into. I feel like I know Goodnight Jake. That name sounds so familiar.
That sounds super familiar. Super familiar.
Goodnight Jake sounds super familiar. So I don't know who.
How many likes does this video have?
It doesn't have a lot. It doesn't have a lot. 19 likes, 378 views. It sounds familiar to me. I'm gonna have to do some research, but yo, Goodnight Jake. I mean, this was a cool track. I'm definitely very interested to learn more. Oh, and I'd say, I'd give this a. Now listen, when I say I'd give this a banger, obviously I don't know if you would throw this on in the club, but I would listen to this again. I would watch this video again. This is up my style of like kind of hip hop lyric kind of rap, and it made me want to learn more about what he's doing. So good night, Jake.
Yeah, and I want to get MC Ultra in here also, but did he put his hand down? Oh no, his hand's still up. Yeah, I'm interested to hear what you got to say, MC Ultra.
This was like super moody, and I'm gonna say some names that kind of clash with each other, but it reminded me of City Morgue or like Haunted Mound, Lil Peep kind of, Dax, like those kind of like edgy, not quite emo, but like more goth, like hip hop rappers. Like it was good. I liked it in the music video. I agree with what Tommy said. It's like the music video is a film, and the song wouldn't exist if the music video wasn't made.
Yo, so what do you think it is, banger, bop, or bust?
I'm gonna say banger, just because the stuff definitely has a lane. Like, of course, City Morgue and like NASCAR Aloe don't have, like, they're not like mainstream, but they have such a heavy following where it's like you can't ignore their existence, kind of thing. Same thing with like Death Grips, 100 Gex, with what Thomas was saying earlier. They're just such in your face artists, you can't ignore them. I'd say this is a banger.
Respect. I'm gonna say this song was, like you said, Tommy, very well put together. The music video was fire. It was a little slow for me personally, but for the genre, and like it was a little long also for me personally. But for the genre and for what it was going for, I think that the production was there, the music video was there. Lyrically, I got to listen to it a couple times to get lyrics. But lyrically, like it was telling a story. There were some pauses in the songs that I were like, man, that pause, I thought it was over, and now it's coming back. So it almost like I was ready to like wind down, and then it got me back going again. But hey, for its lane, like you guys are saying, for the points that you guys brought up, I will have to say this is a banger, but lower echelon banger from the standpoint of like, I look at it as like there's high level, mid level, and low level. Low level for a banger isn't bad at all. It's just like I see this as almost like the first track of someone's career. Like when you go back and listen to someone who got big, like this could be the first track where people are like, yo, do y'all remember like the first track that he dropped? Like, and this is like one of the first tracks on discography to where it's like, whoa, like this is where he was, and like you can see the talent, and you can see, where the growth could be. And then, it raises to where he will be in a few years from now. So I will say this is a banger, creeping in there for me. But I do not think I could put it in the bop category just for everything that you guys brought up to the table.
All right. Shout out to there's having an audience and there's being digestible. Yeah. Haters just don't understand the art. Straight up. I mean, that's gonna happen everywhere. People don't like Lil Baby, they just don't get it. Or like it's not for them, all right, so next up we have this track from YTN. Let's go. We're gonna get straight into it. We got this and then track from Viuta, and that's 10, baby, and then we're out. So let's get straight to it. This is called Fallen Angel. Bada bang, bada boom. Let's go.
I gotta kill myself just to get rid of the problem. None of these answers can solve them. Pistol gripping a revolver. Demons they talking, another that's stalling. I gotta kill myself just to get rid of the problem. None of these answers can solve them. Pistol gripping a revolver. Demons they talking, another that's stalling. Most of my angels are falling. What do you do when the God doesn't answer the phone when they're calling? Tell them to die. Worshiping deities, wasting my time. Jesus Christ, slide the blade up in his body, now the niggas bleeding nice. Who am I? Like Jeepers Creepers, how am I here picking out these niggas' eyes? Hey, let's get it. Fuck this where I'm staying wicked. None of these niggas are really with it. Cooking the bodies up in the kitchen. Tip your mouth so no one's screaming. Stabbing your body in your sleep while you're dreaming. Ayy, fear in your eyes when you see me, I'm stopping your breathing. Hell's on earth while the devil is creeping. I gotta kill myself just to get rid of the problem. None of these answers can solve them. Pistol gripping a revolver. Demons they talking, another that's stalling. I gotta kill myself just to get rid of the problem. None of these answers can solve them. Pistol gripping a revolver. Demons they talking, another that's stalling.
Was pretty good. I'm gonna go quick here, but I'll say not a banger for me, but I know the crowd that this is gonna be a banger for. I've seen shows like this with the Suicide Boys, the Young Lean to like an extent, but like these hard in your face almost kind of like scene emotional, like emo kind of vibe. The beat hits hard. Think it could maybe hit a little, maybe a little bit harder. And when I say that, I think like the swing is fine. You wrote it fine, especially when you kind of got into a little bit of the triplet kind of flow where you're like, like I like when people do that successfully, it sounds really good to me. So like I said, bop for me personally, I want to expand on it. Maybe that feature that you said, that would be interesting. That might take it to a banger for me. But there's a crowd, the people who want to mosh, the people who want to headbang, they're gonna think this is a banger, 100%.
Yeah. Oh my bad. Gotta mute that. Man. I would have to listen to this a couple more times, but ultimately, like, I love the sample. I'm a sucker for a great sample. YTN. I'm gonna just tell you right now. This song is one of those songs to where I think it's borderline banger or bop, but this next feature, put it like this, I could hear someone like Denzel Curry hopping on some shit like this and going insane, going ballistic, absolutely ballistic. Like, that would be an immediate, and like it's a valid song where he'd be like, oh, like he'd be like, oh, I could see him like on this, like, yo, I want to be on this track because it's like the tempo of it is there, like the sample aspect and like the the percussion is boom 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 boom. There's room on it for him to go crazy with the fluctuations in his voice.
Jid going on this. I could see Jid going
on
this, bro.
Oh yeah, they could snap on this. So for those reasons, I'm gonna say it's a banger. Now, again, not like extreme banger, creeping into the bangers. All right. And it's not an extreme banger, I would say, because lyrically on your end, I feel like you can turn it up a little bit. The hook was there. I love the hook. And I need to listen again a couple times for the rest of your verse, but ultimately your verse, my favorite part was the hook, which is super important, and you have that down. When it came to your verse, nothing caught me first run through. Like when you hear a Lil Wayne song, and of course he's the GOAT, so it's tough to compare anything to Lil Wayne, but like just as a base, right? For when you hear a Lil Wayne song, you almost stop it and you're like, yo, what did he just say? Like that moment of like, yo, he just went stupid, because the beat is knocking and your beats are crazy, like just off rip. Your beats are stupid. All right. Your hook on point. Your verse, you can turn up a little. It's not bad at all. You can turn up a bit, and then finishing it with someone who features on this and just has that Denzel Curry Jid type of like energy. It's like, yo, people want to listen to this a couple times for sure. So yeah, I think this one's creeping into the banger category for me, and I'm a sucker for a fantastic sample and a good hook, man. And that's what you provided, bro, like straight up. So yeah, I'd have to say, a banger for me, man.
Easy as that. Banger. Shout out YTN. We appreciate you always posting. We're gonna get into this last track here, y'all. Vuta, I don't know if you're still out there. We're about to get into your track. You were the 10th one today, so you made it just in time. Hope y'all been having fun. This is hashtag soul here. So let's end it on a soulful note. It'd be funny if it was just like heavy metal. Let's get into it. Last track of the night, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there. Let's get it.
I try, ooh, but I can't get things right. Me or not, baby? Or is it true you're with another man? Tell me, baby.
I think Viuta's done this. I think Viuta's done this to us before, where he just comes out with like the most unreal track.
Dude, who was on the guitar, bro? Who was on the guitar?
I don't
Is that
know. That guitar was crazy. This is an immediate banger for me. It hits on all levels. Let's just talk about the beat first. The beat's insane. The beat feels like you can smoke in the club again. Like, that's the only way I can describe this beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, the groove, that slow tempo nailed it perfectly. But like Lenny said, that guitar, it got to a point where you were singing and the guitar was going, and I was like, how are they competing but also in sync at the same time? Like, it just complemented each other so well. I think the lyrics, they remind me of one of my favorite artists, Charlie Pride. He's like a country singer from like the 50s, 60s. But, you know, I like when artists can tastefully, you're pruning, right? You're singing your love cry to this person, right? And Charlie Pride would always talk about, like, you know, do you love me or do you love this other dude that's coming along? And these lyrics kind of reminded me of that. But I mean, this is right up my alley. This is a banger. I wish I was in like a festival and like at like Coachella to hear that guitar during that second half of the track, because that blew my mind. Great way to end the show, in my opinion. But Viuta, I don't know who you are, man. I don't know who you are. I need to understand who you are. Brooklyn, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. This is one of those tracks. So here's the thing. From a non-final version, this is an absolute banger. From a final version, like you're gonna step into a label and play it for someone, I wouldn't be able to say it's a banger just because of the mixing and mastering. That is my only gripe with this track. The mixing and mastering wasn't banger tier, but the track was a banger. So it's like this one gets two grades. Like, and this is one of the weird ones to where it's like, yo, this is not a squeaking into the banger category for me. This is a solidified banger. But the mixing and mastering is one of those to where it would turn off a lot of listeners. I mean, I can't say a lot. It would, engineers would be like, this song would be so much better if you just had a better mix on it. You know what I'm saying? That type of vibe, right? But my gosh, when your parents are like, man, they don't make music like they used to anymore. This is the music they're talking about right here. This is the exact type of music they're talking about. The feeling that this song gives you is like, yo, what? Like, so vibey. This is the vibe. Like, this is the vibe. You throw this on, you light a candle, you know what I'm saying? You got your girl with you. You could be just taking around, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really showing out when you put this track on.
Deal closer. This is the deal closer. You throw this on, when you get back, it's over. It's a wrap. You throw one up for Viuta. You're like, shout out.
Immediately. Yeah, no, I liked this track a lot.
Hey, well,
man,
it's been a great live music feedback, and I know we had another track here, but that was our 10. We'll get to you next week, Skylar. But thanks to everyone for joining. We're happy to be back. Listen, we had a packed one today. Shout out all the producers, artists that posted tracks. This is live music feedback with Uwavee, y'all. Tap in, subscribe to the YouTube. It's right there. Make sure y'all like the video. Go check out our other content. If y'all haven't, follow us on Instagram at @U_wave with 2 E's. Same on YouTube or on TikTok, Twitter, all that. And if you haven't, make sure y'all follow Sauce Sold Separately on Instagram. The Sauce Sold Separately pod. Again, shout out Kyverse Tyler, aka Cloth Talk. Shout out Cody Patrick. If you try and get some game, excuse me, if you're trying to get that free sauce, make sure y'all tap in. But listen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy.
No, you're good. You're good.
Guys, if you guys have any questions or industry situations or topics that you'd like to know more information about, specifically in the business of music, go ahead, head over to Sauce Separately on Instagram, click the link in their bio, and you guys can submit your questions. And when I tell you, these individuals have insights on the music game that you will not be able to get unless you've spent a decade plus in the game. Like from the marketing angle to the how to get a distribution, situation going, or even a record contract going. Like these are the people who can not only give you the information, but also link you with the right people to do so. So very great resources. Episodes of Sauce Separately podcast dropping soon. Look out for that. But I'm throwing it back to Tommy.
Hey, and listen, I was just looking here, Skylar. We listen. We usually keep it to 10 tracks here. We apologize, but we always get back. We always get back to the show, to the track next week. We do this every Wednesday. We appreciate you being here and watching, though. Listen, that's gonna be it for us. We shout out all the artists and producers that posted tracks. We do this every Wednesday, y'all. Tap in, Uwavee, Sauce Sold Separately, Uwavee on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.